And we are
Hello.
live. Hello,
We are.
everyone. Yes, greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Earth School Journey. I am your co host, Uni, and this is my co host and fellow peer guide, Umi Steph. How are you today, Umi?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day. Weather is nice for a change. It's not hot, hot or cold, cold or wet or raining. It's beautiful. Yeah, feeling good.
I'm so, so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, no complaints on my end. It's a little warm, but I think that it's comfortable for the most part. And I'm just grateful to be out of winter and all of
Yes.
that. We're summer babies, the both of
Yes.
us. So
It's my
we,
birthday month.
right? It's your birthday month coming up. So we're able to, I don't want to say tolerate, but we're able to survive and thrive and live through the winter. But I know me personally, I like to say I come alive in the summertime. So that's all I
Me
got to
too.
say on
Me
that.
too. Me too.
All right. So we're in a new month, of course. It's, June 2026. And yeah, we're so grateful for you guys to be here. This is actually our anniversary month, if I recall correctly. Our one
Yes. The
year
end of
anniversary,
June. Yeah.
right? So, we're coming up on that. And it has been an amazing journey. I have learned so much about myself. Umi's learned so much about me. I've learned so much about her. I'm sure she's learned about herself as
I sure
well.
have. Yes,
Right?
lots.
It's it's been a lot going through this process, a lot of growth, a lot of lessons learned. And, we are going to continue on with that, God willing. And this month, we are going to be talking about spiritual discernment. And one of the things we were, just considering is just like the different perspectives and all the different information that is constantly coming at us, and the information that is, within us, and the different thoughts that we have and things of that nature. And just how can we grow and learn to have better, spiritual discernment. And so, yeah, that's going to be our topic this month, our curriculum, if you will, this month. And I'm really, really looking forward to diving deep into that. How do you feel about the topic for this month, Umi?
I think discernment is a great topic because it's something we all have to learn, and I don't know that we all struggle with it, but I certainly struggled with it, at least in the beginning, and even now, I think I have a good handle on, you know, when spirit is speaking to me. I just have a habit of talking it down. So I'm excited to talk about this month as we kind of explore it from, all the angles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing for me. Is like, and I have spoken to people about this a lot in the past, like how I feel that I'll get the nudge, but there's something in me that'll say, no, not that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Giving people, places, and things the benefit of the doubt. I'd like to explore that as well. You know what I mean? Just really, instead of leaning into my discernment, trusting in something outside of myself. And I really think that this month is going to, I'm just really interested to see how that shows up for me this month. Last month was definitely interesting. And so I'm really excited. So we are going to dive right in, and we are going to do what we usually do. We're going to start with our intentions and our affirmations for the month. Umi, would you like to go first?
Sure. So my intention this month is pretty straightforward. I intend to honor my discernment with aligned action. And I chose that because, it's like I said, I have a pretty good awareness of when spirit is asking me to do something and what it is. And fear often stops me from taking aligned action. So I want to honor my discernment by taking aligned action this month.
I love that. You know, it just reminded me of the other day when we were maybe it was during our pre-meet, or maybe it was before that, when you brought up the story about the guy in the boat who was
Yes.
asking God, like, you know, why didn't you send someone to save me? Why didn't you send someone? Sometimes it's our discernment that saves us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really had that thought, and I'm just like, wow, what are the, you know, are there ideas that God has sent me? Are there things that people, places, and things that God has sent me that you know, for whatever reason, I didn't realize they were aligned and I didn't lean into them for whatever reason. So, yeah, definitely. My intention for the month is very similar, and it is I trust my inner wisdom to guide me towards aligned choices. And so, yeah, I definitely want to make sure that I'm making choices that are in alignment with my highest good. I don't know. I could, you know, listen, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that, okay? Because I could just go. I could just. There's just some places I've been that I'm like, why did I go there?
Right.
Uh, All right. And so the affirmation I have for this month is I have the wisdom to discern what is true for me. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, I think that's so important. You know what I mean? Just knowing what's true for me. And it may not be true for the next person. I don't have to necessarily prove anything to anyone. No
Right.
one has to prove anything to me. But just knowing what is true for me. That's the wisdom that I want to lean into. What's yours, Umi?
Mm. So mine is, I guess, kind of similar. Both of them are kind of similar this month. I trust my discernment and I act accordingly. And it's basically this a version of my intention, but if I really want to lean into that intention, so I turned it into an affirmation. I trust my discernment and act accordingly. You know, I just really I want to do what I'm being prompted to do and not question it so much,
Yeah.
and be afraid to take the actions that I feel like spirit is pushing me. And it can be something as simple as have that conversation. And I honestly just today had an experience of feeling spirit saying, just open up the dialogue, and saying to myself, I don't know what to say. You know, like I don't know what to say. Like it's not gonna come out right. Like it's gonna end up in a fight. It's gonna be in an argument. And I did listen to my intuition and did it, and it was fine. You know what I mean? Like it actually was fine. It wasn't an issue. It wasn't a fight or an argument. It just came out the way it needed to come out, and it was taken the way it needed to be taken, and it was fine. So it's like, okay, I listened in that instance and did it anyway, and it turned out great. Why can't I do that? Like why can't I do that all the time? I just don't understand. There are times when I will just rationalize my way out of it, man. Just not take the action. So that's why I'm really pushing the discernment and action, you know. Yeah.
I love that. No, I love that you have an experience literally today that you can share, you know, because it's all about recognizing where this topic or this subject, this curriculum, however you want to look at it, is showing up for us. And
Mhm.
we see how when we follow the nudges of spirit, we get to where we need to be. You know what I mean? Or at least
Yep.
we get ahead because you know, as we've been studying, you know, offline, we're learning that you know action is always better than no action. Or there's a saying that we've heard recently about taking action always being positive because you're going to learn something or you're going to go somewhere, you're going to grow in some way, shape, or form. And so, kudos to you. I wish I gotta start having my shaker with me, my bell or something. Kudos to you for listening to discernment, your intuition, and and taking that action. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whew, I'm praying on it every day. So, normally we like to do a presence check, and you've kind of answered it with, how present have you been with discernment, and do you regularly take action from discernment? Is there anything you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much you guys know where I stand at this point. I don't know that before we started talking about this that I was very um attuned to the fact that it was discernment that I was struggling with necessarily. But as we talked about it in preparation, I in hindsight can see where it's been something that has been constantly there, right? And so I don't know that I was present with it before. Literally, we started planning this, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. That's how it goes, and that's amazing. For me, I feel like, just like I said earlier, I feel like I have the intuition that shows up. I may even have the discernment, but whether I am, taking that action from discernment, not always. You know what I mean? Not always. A lot of times it is from um, a different place. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, because I feel like I give sometimes the wrong situations the benefit of the doubt. Like, I really feel like that sometimes. Like, I feel like there
Mm,
are situations that I really pour myself into, and it's like, why would you pour yourself there when you could be pouring yourself here, where it is, this is directly dependent upon your pour, and that is dependent upon maybe other people, or them appreciating your pour, their pour, where they are, whatever, you know what I mean. And it's like,
mhm.
why are you over here? You belong over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that is definitely a lesson that I have had to learn recently. And I think Spirit is just really tightening me up, because before you, sometimes I feel like before you will, or I'll speak for myself, sometimes you just got to get to, I don't want to say rock bottom, but sometimes it's like you don't have no other choice, and you're like, okay, God, I hear you. You know what I mean? Like, I done
Yeah,
tried
no,
this, I tried.
sometimes you gotta have your back against the wall.
Yeah, like, I done tried all of those things. Yeah.
Right. I feel like that's kind of how spirit works. Spirit will very gently tell you things, nudge you very nicely, very gently, and then you don't listen, and then you'll get a little harder of a nudge until finally, spirit is like, okay, if I don't redirect, they're not gonna do it.
Right. That part. That
Yeah.
part. Yeah. So I
Hmm.
have been recently redirected. Praise God. Praise God
Right.
for the
Right.
redirection.
Right.
And now, and with that, it comes, the processing and going through all of that, and then
Yeah.
getting your head clear again, and just going through that whole process. And I'm just to that point where it's, I truly believe it's okay to start over. There's nothing wrong with that, but I definitely want to get to a point where I'm like running with something, you know what I mean, for a while, that is going to benefit me and my family and my legacy, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it's been an eye-opening time, and I'm just grateful. Like, I'm not I'm not upset, or with myself or anyone, because I feel like, again, it's just like one of those things where you're like, okay, I like, okay. Like,
Right.
I get it.
Right. Right.
All right, so now that we've done our presence check in, normally, again, this is our homeroom check in for the month of June, and we are talking about spiritual discernment. Thank you all for joining us, whether you are catching us live on the replay. Let us know, how do you feel about spiritual discernment? How have you been present with spiritual discernment? We would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments. Next, we will be diving into the journal prompts that we have for this month. Would you like to take the first one or two?
Sure. Okay, the first journal prompt we have is, what does discernment mean to me beyond simple judgment or decision making? And so I like that question. I feel like it gives you an opportunity to really explore it in a deeper way, especially the spiritual side of it, because discernment is judgment, but it's a different kind of judgment in the context in which we're talking about it. And I'll read the second one as well. How do I know when something feels aligned versus merely appealing? And I love this question because for me, it's peace. It is peace. It's a weird peace, like of just that feels right. And I can talk myself into being anxious about whatever it is. But usually when I first get that hit, it's like I feel peace. You know what I mean? About doing whatever the thing is, even if it's not something I want to do. But I can definitely on a regular basis talk myself out. So I like this question and I really am looking forward to kind of working with it.
I love that. Thank you so much. The next journal prompt is, what practices help me hear my inner guidance more clearly?
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I think that there's different things for all of us. Like, there's things that we can all do. Of course, there's always prayer and meditation and, maybe going outside. There's sun gazing, there's moon gazing, there's all kinds of things that you can do, journaling. But we're definitely going to be answering, just journaling through the month. And then at the end of the month, of course, during our study hall, we'll be sharing some of our practices and maybe some practices that we have that have come across throughout the month that will with you all, so that we can kind of help all of us. Help us,
Yeah.
help you, help us. um, and then the final journal part we have is, when have I ignored my discernment and what did I learn?
Mm.
That's a really, really powerful, question. I know for me, with my most recent area where I know that I kind of ignored my discernment. I just learned that I don't want to be in situations where I'm going to be used. I just don't. Like, that was just like what I've learned. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely want to be in situations where it is, mutually beneficial, where I have what I need, where I'm getting whatever it is, the benefits, the whatever, you know what I mean? I want the whole shebang. I want the pay, the benefits, the freedom, the vacation, you know what I mean? I want all of it. I want the ownership, the authority, the autonomy, the sovereignty. I want all of it. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really, really, really powerful question, as well as to honor the lessons that we have learned. I don't want to say the mistakes that we've made, but the lessons that we have learned
Hmm.
from ignoring our discernment, and making sure that we are, leveling up. We're upping our game here, and we are getting ourselves into better situations based on the lessons that we've previously learned.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of grammar school over here on Earth School. I want to get into my master's, or
Yeah.
gonna get my PhD in
Wanna
earth school.
graduate somewhere along the line, maybe. I
You
don't
know,
know. Maybe
I'm
not.
ready.
Keep re-enrolling.
I don't want to re-enroll back in that same
I don't want
school.
to do the
No,
same things all over again.
no, no. So
I love this last journal prompt question because it reminds me of kind of our greeting in the beginning when we say where life is the curriculum and experience is the teacher. It gives you an opportunity to really look at the experience of discernment and identify where the real lesson is. So I'm looking forward to working with this particular question. Yeah.
yeah, me too. Me too. All right. So thank you all so much for sticking with us again. Those have been our journal prompts. We will put them in the description. And we hope that you'll journal with us this month. We just have 4 questions, and sometimes we like to journal the same ones a few days throughout the month, or whatever you feel called to. Please lean into these journal prompts. I'm telling you, they're really going to help you recognize some things about yourself, and where you are with discernment. All right. And so next comes the fun part, where we like to talk about the transits of the month. Um, Umi is our resident astrologer here at Earth School Journey. And so I love how she gently, ever so gently, corrects me when I make a wrong, because my brain be like all over the place. I say, like, oh, Cancer is the fifth house, and she'll ever so gently, yeah, Cancer is the fourth house. I love it. Thank you. You know what I mean? For not judging me. I be knowing these things, but my brain do be all over the place, and sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. Sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I totally understand. That we often have a saying or some quote or something and we'll butcher it. So it is definitely
yes. Wait,
no
we gonna call it.
judgment because
Thank you. I think it's
I,
Perry brain. We calling
I
it
think
Perry
it is
brain.
Perry
Yeah.
brain. Yeah. Or yeah,
Hmm. I
definitely
think
Perry
so.
brain. And if it's not, it is. Even if it's
Ah,
not,
so
it
it's,
is. I'm
yes.
gonna I'm
We
gonna blame
blame
it
it.
anyway.
Everything on Perry. Everything.
Everything.
All right. So, do you want to start with the transits for the month?
Oh, sure. As of the first, which was a couple of days ago, Mercury is in Cancer for the month, or I believe most of it. It's going to retrograde at the end, I believe. Isn't that right? The 29th or something like that? Yeah, retrograde on the 29th. So Mercury's in Cancer. So all those lovey-dovey conversations, are we ready for them? I find it interesting that Mercury retrogrades in Cancer a lot.
I didn't know that.
It seems to, at least, because I know it's always like somewhere around my birthday that Cancer is retrograde. It was retrograde when I was born. So
Wow.
it's interesting to me. I feel maybe it's just a feeling that I have that it just kind of retrogrades in Cancer a lot. But as the planet of communication, you know, I think it kind of makes sense for revisiting conversations about love and caring and nurturing and relationship and like, so I think this is going to be a good time for those conversations. I mean, it's June. It's a beautiful month. People
It
are just
is.
happy.
It is like, even though, like, I definitely feel, even though I'm going through a separation, I just still feel happy. I feel like I just needed to do what I needed to do, and I feel
Hmm.
like what I've done in that separation is come back home to myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And I have Venus in Cancer and Placidus, and so I feel like my mind is just like, I don't feel home here. I don't feel safe here. That was one of the things I literally said. Like, I don't feel safe. So I need to go. I need to be somewhere where I feel safe. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so, like it was literally, if it wasn't June 1st, it was just a couple days before that. So, this
Yeah.
is very indicative of that feeling of, my mind wanting to be in a safe space. And so, thank you so much for bringing that up, because sometimes you go back and you be like, did I do the right thing? Did I should I would I could have? But
Right.
no, I need to be in a safe space. Like, I'm tired of being in places where I just don't know what's gonna come at me, and not having any sort of say so in it. Um,
Mhm.
Later on this month, on June 9th, Venus is going to conjunct Jupiter in Cancer at 25 degrees. I wanted to know, why did you highlight the 25 degrees? Did that mean something
It stood out to
particular?
me. I don't know why it stood
Mm-hmm.
out to me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a real specific reason. I can't at the moment remember what kind of degree that is.
I think it's
Um,
Cancer, no?
it
Because,
might be a Cancer
no,
degree. I'm
wait.
not
No,
sure.
no, no. I'm sorry.
It's a
It's
7, so
27 is Gemini. And so 26 is going to be what? Taurus. 25 must be Aries, I guess.
I don't
Would it
know.
be Aries? I think 25 is an Aries degree.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember off the top of my head. So it wasn't that specifically, but I don't know. There was something about it being at 25 degrees that really um drew me to just highlight it. And I guess it's further along in the Cancer energy. It's towards the end. So it's going to be, it's like a more developed version of that energy. It's not new energy. It's so I feel, like there's got to be something um kind of powerful about that energy. Venus conjunct Jupiter, Jupiter is considered a lucky planet, and Venus is, the planet of attraction and values. And um I feel like it's going to be a great time that day and just before it, around when it's coming conjunct, and then slightly after it leaves the direct conjunction. Just a really powerful time for important conversations.
mhm.
With Mercury being in Cancer, and the support of like Venus and Jupiter in Cancer, that like family conversations, um and dealing with things that have to do with the home. Or you also have to look at where it falls in your chart, right? Because that may play into it as well. But I just feel like this is very supportive energy for those kinds of like deepening of relationships, intimacy, even intuitive and intuition contacts, like connecting with the divine. I feel
Yeah.
like this is a great time for that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And the 25th degree is an Aries degree. I
Mm,
just feel like fighting for love. That's what came to my mind when I saw that.
yeah.
And I don't know, I could be wrong. I could just be fighting for your
Mm-hmm.
home, for love, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it's giving
Right.
for me. And so, yeah, when I saw that you made note of that, I was just like, why did she put that? You normally don't put the
I know
degree,
I don't normally put the
but
degree of the conjunction, but for some reason that 25 stood out to me and I put it in there. I didn't even realize I did it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, well, we're gonna see. We got 6 days till the 9th.
Yeah.
Here's to the luckiest, sweetest, romantic day of the year. And on the 13th, we have Venus entering Leo. This is so interesting. My sun is at 13 degrees Leo. And
Mm,
so, it being on the 13th, I'm really interested to see like how it plays out. Leo is all about, romance and creativity and just all of that good stuff. And so, having that Venus conjunct Jupiter in
mhm.
Cancer, and like kind of like setting up for the Venus entering Leo. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm feeling the summer of love coming on. Like, I don't know. It could just,
Yes.
maybe I'm just being optimistic, but I feel like Venus entering Leo is giving some really good vibes, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it feels like a very romantic time.
It does, right?
Yeah,
It it
even and
does.
I mean, not just romantic in romantic love with another human kind of thing, but romantic in like all realms of relationship and
Yeah,
like family relationships, like just that romanticized beautiful version. It's like
yeah.
there's such potential for that to blossom. I think that
I
that 25th degree, which is the Aries energy, maybe that is the beginning of
yeah.
something.
Yeah, like we gotta fight for love. Like when are we gonna like everybody's fighting for everybody fighting over gas and commodities and race and religion and separation and all this whatever. Like when are we gonna fight for love and creativity and just everybody just in generosity, being a Leo sun sign and tropical, I often feel that I have a generous spirit. And I feel like the people around me feel the same way for the most part. I'm quick to be like, oh here, I'll help out, I'll do what I can. And it's like, where's the generous spirit in the world? Like where is that? Why is everyone so me, 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 me? No, it's us, 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 us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm get off my soapbox, but I'm really hoping that
Mhm.
I just want a summer of love. Seeing so much going on, I don't know. I'm not going to go into it, but on the 14th we have the new moon in Gemini. What do you think about that?
It's definitely, again, this is like a time that is full of kind of communication, and that Gemini is, the sign associated with the third house that's associated with Mercury. So, communicating with and not just communication, but like um socializing and like connecting with other people, and I think our notes say networking, uh, and intellectual kind of things. That's really Gemini energy is very intellectual. Mercury energy is very intellectual. So again, it feels like an opportunity to set some intentions around some of those good feelings that we're gonna experience this month.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's so funny. I was thinking about my Gemini cousin who um he's a mess. I'm not gonna lie, he's a mess. He's a complete mess. I won't go into detail, but he's a mess. But he every time we go back to where we used to live when we were younger, like people are always talking about him, like they remember him. People show me and my little brother love because of him, like, oh, you're so and so, da 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 da. Like I feel like there's something about that Gemini energy when it comes to that social networking and commute. Like people will continuously talk about you, like you can just become like very notorious with that Gemini
Hmm.
energy, you know what I mean? Like kind of like legendary. And
Yeah.
so I think we could definitely set some intentions around, being known for good things, being, our legacies being known, and putting that into the ethers. I absolutely love that. And then dum da dum dum. It's so funny. No, it's
Okay.
so
Dum dum dum. Last week it was like, I can't wait for it.
I swear to God, Kyron done backhand smacked me and gave like listen, listen.
We
Kyron
need
did
to
not
start
come for
having a Chiron and Taurus check-in. That needs to be
yo.
incorporated into our Earth School journey for those of us who are about to go through this transit.
Nah, I swear to God, I was like, I'm excited for Chiron. It's gonna come in and wipe out everything. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want. If it don't belong, take it out. I'm ready. And then like 3 days later, I'm crying. Oh, I can't believe this. This is not good. Why is it always like this? Why? Why is it always like this? Literally crying my eyes out. And then, and like late, I think like the next day, I was like, I know Umi was sitting up there laughing her ass off, like this girl, this girl, she was so excited for Chiron
And
2 weeks
all of a
ago.
sudden it's smacking you, right?
Chiron smacked the living, you know what, out of me. I was crying for 2 days. Like, why
Yeah.
is it always like this? This is it's a like I'm telling you, what I experience is what I experience. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This has constantly been my experience, and I just couldn't help but cry and think, like, oh my God, like I keep going through the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a perpetual wound in my side, and I want it out. Like, I started thinking about, was it Job? Who was it in the Bible that said, take this thorn from me? Or what?
I think it is Job.
Like, it's
Yeah.
this thorn. It's this, I feel the same thorn. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so, yeah, I was last month. I was like, okay, Chiron is gonna wipe shit clean. It's gonna, I'm gonna prove that I learned my lesson. I'm gonna do better. First of all,
I feel a new little side series coming on. It's called the Chiron and Taurus Generation Check-In.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I mean, on the one hand, I might have passed, but then on the other hand, I might have failed. You know what I mean? It's just one of those It's just one of those things. Like, I don't want to fail anymore. Like, I want to pass my Chiron and Taurus so that
Yeah.
I can evolve beyond that wound and live beyond that karma,
Me
whatever.
too.
You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
do. I do. But I'm still in the thick of it. And yeah.
The backyardigans into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. That's what's going
So
through my head right now. It's the backyardigans.
that's how I feel. I'm in somebody's backyard right now. Like, what in the world? What happened? Oh, it was all good
Oh
just a
my
week
goodness.
ago.
Right. Right.
Literally. So yeah, June 19th, Chiron is gonna enter Taurus, and again, we are on that healing journey. We are considering our values, our relationship with material security. We were just talking about that last month. Our self-worth, our self-respect, making sure that before we cross these thresholds, and I think, and you know what, I give thanks for Chiron for wiping the slate clean. I also feel
Hmm.
like it was a little bit of that full moon in Sag the other day as well.
Yeah.
That was just like, yeah, no, it's time to move. And Sag is, it could always be as quick moving as Mercury. Like it's get
Fire.
get
Yeah.
out of there, you know. Um, but I feel like Chiron entering Taurus on the 19th, it's gonna help me to establish better relationships going forward. So I have this
Hmm.
brand new lesson that I've learned for the
Right.
15th time. You know what I mean? And so when I now I can make sure that I really take my time in that I'm entering situations with that, that with alignment, and making sure that it's in alignment with the values that I have and they have, and at least feeling it out a little bit more, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward. I'm still looking forward to Chiron, entering Taurus. It just had to hurt a little bit first.
I guess. I guess. You've made me feel a little better about it happening because I was definitely a little afraid. I'm still a little afraid, but just enough to be on alert,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
right? But we'll get through it.
yeah.
Maybe we'll have a Chiron and Taurus support group. That's what it needs to be.
Ooh, listen, us millennials, okay, we need
Right.
it. We done been through the Gulf War. We done been through the Iraq Iranian. I don't know if they the same thing, but we done been through a lot. Okay,
Right.
we had the stock market crash in 2008. We have seen rent go from 500 to like 2,000 and some
Yeah.
change for a one bedroom.
Right.
We've seen it. I've seen a one bedroom be $500, and now it's like 2,500 for a
I
one
know.
bedroom.
I know.
So
And for
we
the federal minimum wage being the same since like 2009 is insane.
insane when rent has tripled. Are you kidding me?
Right.
And we've seen gas go from 89 cents a gas. It still say 89 on the thing, first of all, when you go to the gas pump. But it ain't 89 that you get. It's 4.49. Okay.
Right. Right.
We have been through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Our
Yeah.
parents and grandparents, they may have had it hard, but their dollar went a lot further than
Yeah.
ours is. We are being stretched for every dollar. Yes, we need a millennial Chiron and Taurus support or what's the other word? Zillennial,
Exennials or
exennial.
zennials, something like that. I don't know. Whatever that is, because that's really it is. It's that crossover generation between Gen X and millennials. Like we're right there in the middle of it.
Yeah, we need
It does
something.
cross
So
over on both sides, and we definitely need something.
we listen, we done been through it. Okay. We've seen our grandparents and parents be able to buy homes to now it's well, for me it's like goddamn, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. So I'm down for that. We'll talk offline and see how
Yeah.
we can,
And
you
if
know.
our classmates are interested in a support group, please comments. Let us know. We will
Yeah.
definitely, think about some kind of way to make that happen. I don't know. It could be a Telegram group. It could be a Facebook group. Well, we don't really go on Facebook, but I don't know. There's definitely a way to do it.
We'll figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
I again, it's Chiron and Taurus, because Taurus being an earth sign, I feel like, and when I think about the earth sign and when I think about it being, of course, it's throat chakra related. It's also our self-expression. Like all our
Hmm.
values are dependent, or our self-expression is dependent upon our values. And so when our values are attacked, our self-expression is limited. Like
Right.
I've been battling this practically my whole life. And so let's go. We'll definitely talk offline about that. Yes, if you guys are interested, leave a note in the comments. We'll reach out to you once we build out the framework and see how we're gonna, what the, how we're gonna do it. But
Right.
we need something.
Definitely.
And then on June 21st, we have the sun entering Cancer in the summer solstice. You want to
Yes. And
talk about that?
my birthday month, my birthday sign. It kicks off the day before my birthday.
I love it. I love it.
So excited for that. I feel like and it kicks off summer.
Yeah.
So that summer solstice, and the sun entering into Cancer, it's just a time I feel like it's a time for fun and doing things with the family and kind of just, you know, being at home, all of those lovey dovey things that we've been talking about that this month is really kind of focused on. So I'm excited for it. It's my favorite time of year.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I just want to spend more time at the beach. I hope the weather is good this summer. You know what I mean? The
Yes.
beach, the lake, cooking out, grilled food. Like I want that type of summer. Like I want to
Hmm.
be outside, not outside at the bar drinking and partying and twerking. I want to be outside on the trails, at the parks, at the beach, at the lake. So I'm excited for the summer solstice and all that it's gonna entail after that. And at the end of the month, we got Mars entering Gemini, which is interesting. Like I would have, well, I guess it makes sense. Mars is gonna enter Gemini, and I think we gonna be. I'm telling you, look, I just said I want to be at the beach, the lake. I want to be here. I want to be cooking. I want to be. Look. Gemini and Mars is gonna have me. Oh, I could feel it
all
now.
over the place. Yeah,
Mhm,
busy.
mhm. I'm
Hmm.
ready, busy, and for it to be fulfilling. You know what I mean? Not emptiness or anything like that, but just doing things that make me happy. Gemini is intercepted in my chart, but in whole signs it's the eighth house. So I'm really excited to see how that energy shows up. I really hope that I'm able to lean into it and make the best of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know the
What about
Mars entering Gemini. That's my Mars placement is in Gemini. Um,
Mhm,
and so it can be a time where arguments come up because
mhm,
Gemini being the sign of communication and Mars being the sign of kind of fighting, aggression.
mhm.
So be mindful of that. That will I will say is that, you know, while it's a beautiful time, be mindful that, there can be the occasional tiff here or there. It's expected when you're spending time with family.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Um, but remember that there's so much love, out there surrounding this time that is actually very supportive. Maybe there are arguments or conversations that need to be had. You still have all that support of Mercury being in Cancer. There also, right, the next day, there's that Mercury retrograde and the full moon in Capricorn. So there could be a whole lot of movement, of some very deep things, familial things. Um, so definitely be on the lookout for some of that. Mercury going retrograde means old stuff might come up. So and that's not necessarily a bad thing when you're with your family. Sometimes the old stuff needs to come up and needs to come out and needs to be, shed some light on it so that it can be healed, right? So not necessarily a bad thing, but be on the lookout. It may not just be all, sunshine and rainbows, which is what we want all June long.
Right? We want sunshine. I want sunshine.
Oh,
Okay.
sunshine and rainbows. What do you
That's
mean?
all. But guess what? To get the rainbow, you got
Gotta
to
have
have
some
the rain.
rain. It's true. It is
So,
true.
all right. And do you want to talk about the last one?
Finally we have Jupiter entering Leo. And I think that's gonna be interesting. We found out that Jupiter goes into a sign for what, about a year, right? Is it about a year? So this next year, with Jupiter being that sign of like luck, growth, expansion, entering the beautiful sign of Leo that's all about fun and joy and self-expression. I think it's a really good time for creative pursuits and, maybe growing in some of those things. It sounds like I might need to write a little bit. I don't know. I'm thinking.
I, listen, real quick sidebar. I meant to mention it the other day, but I have been thinking about your Substack
Ah,
on, and I was like, wait a minute, what happened? And I forgot to mention it to you. And so we only get on a few times a month, but I was like, next time I talk to Umi, I don't care if we're live, I'm gonna bring it up to her because it was such a good start. It was so
I
fulfilling.
will get
It's
back to it.
so
Yes. Thank
creative.
you.
It's
Thank
it's
you.
so
Thank
freaking
you.
creative. Like we need more of that sort of like I'm not really into the romance thing. I'm not really into a lot like the regular fiction or nonfiction. I'll be getting them mixed up, but the regular fiction, I guess it is. I'm not really like I'll be a little tired of all of that stuff. I want something new, and what I saw there was something new. So we need
Thank
more of
you.
it. We need
Yeah, I
more of
think I
it.
need to lean more into doing that. And I it was exciting to do and I really need to get back to it. I did start a second part.
Mhm.
I just haven't gotten around to polishing it and putting it up there. But and I was waiting for some more subscribers, but I guess I got to drop some more stuff before I get any
But
more subscribers.
listen, that's the thing. So I you know, I've had that same kind of challenge even with Earth School Journey,
Uh-huh.
right? You waiting too, right, sis? She waiting too, okay? But I was kind of like the social media person for Earth School Journey, like on YouTube, on not YouTube, for like Instagram and like Substack and stuff. And I feel the same way. Like I'm like we need more subscribers. Like people aren't liking, people aren't commenting, people aren't sharing. Like what's the point? But I recently, as I told you, and behind the scenes, I took a beautiful workshop on visibility, and just she was just telling us that you got to show up for people to find you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You got to keep showing up, and so that really convicted me in my spirit. And so now I hope you feel convicted. And look, here go Owen.
He wants to be seen.
He's always supposed to be seen. Owen got some Leo in his chart. I don't care what
He
nobody
could be a
says.
Leo or he could be a Virgo. We don't know when exactly he was born.
Oh, so
So
he is in there somewhere.
yeah,
Okay.
he's around an August ish baby, maybe September.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. And if he's a Leo, if he's a Virgo in sidereal, he's a Leo anyway in tropical. So it might all track. You know what
Look
I
at
mean?
me. Look at
He may have
me.
a
That's
Leo
him.
Mars, he's it's somewhere in there.
Right.
So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'm really excited for Jupiter to enter Leo. Maybe that's why Owen jumped up there. Maybe he was feeling that Leo. We talk about that Leo energy.
Yeah.
As a I'm a Leo sun in tropical, and so I'm hoping that it does all the good things that all the astrologers have been saying that it's gonna do. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I really am.
Me
And
too.
so we are winding down.
Hmm.
We want to thank you all again for joining us, for being live, for catching the replay. We hope that you have an amazing month of June, as we have discussed some of the transits that are going to happen. Again, as Umi always reminds, excuse me, as Umi always reminds us, how it shows up really depends on your chart. It depends on the placements. All right, Owen.
Knock this food down.
Like, get this out of here. I'm a Leo. I need better food than this. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, it depends on where it shows up in your chart. You know what I mean? What house Leo falls in? What house Jupiter falls in? It's about the conjunctions, the oppositions, the squares. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
The all of those things. It all matters. Everything works together for the good of all of us. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And so looking at the full chart will really help you to really lean into this energy for the month of June, and get the most out of it. You know what I mean? It's summertime. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
not working. I'm ready. I'm ready. Y'all gonna be like, where you? I'm gonna be upside down in a tree somewhere. Okay, I am ready
Hangman.
for this.
Hangman energy.
So ready, so ready.
Yes.
Um, Coming up. Oh, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, we can wrap it up.
Awesome. So coming up this month, again, we'll be back each and every Wednesday. Next Wednesday, June 10th, we will be talking about discernment, and just the different perspectives that can come at us, and how we can identify discernment through that. And then on the 17th, we'll do a discernment deep dive. And then again, as we stated earlier, at the end of the month on June 24th, we are going to be sharing some practical tips that will help all of us lean into our discernment. And again, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. But the most important thing is figuring out what it is. Like, some people get an itch in their neck.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Some people, their left leg will shake out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Some people use tarot or oracle cards or things like that. Whatever works for you is right and good. I think that's the
Exactly.
most important thing. I feel like oftentimes we're told that, oh, the cards are not, the way, or this is not the way, or the crystal's not the way, or the only way is meditation, or the only way is, and no, there is no only way. What works for you works for you. Lean in. Just lean into it.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Thank you so much. And thank you all so much, all of our classmates, for joining us. This has been another episode of Earth School Journey, where life is the curriculum and experience is the teacher. Did I say that right? Am I
You
messing
did. You
up over
did.
here? Oh my God. I feel like I'm messing things up over here. Thank you.
No,
Thank
you got it.
I'm just joking. Thank you all so much. I hope you have
Thank
a
you. Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful week, and we will see you all next time. Peace.
Peace.